Welcome everybody to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast. In this video, we're going to give you our review for Ghosted, now streaming on Apple TV Plus, starring Ana de Armas and Chris Evans. Hey, we have a lot of thoughts to say about it. It was a really interesting spy thriller. So without further ado, Dylan, why don't you give us your thoughts?
No, I just ghosted you. That's my review.
Ghosted.
No, it was interesting. Not my cup of tea per se.
Yeah.
It was kind of more of like a romantic comedy. Mm-hmm. You know what's funny? It's weird watching Chris Evans post MCU.
Yeah, it is.
Because I forget that he did movies before.
I know.
Avengers and Captain America. Like he did like Push.
Yeah.
And all these other great movies. So seeing him in like a solo movie was so funny, but here it's kind of like a reverse James Bond, right? Because you usually think like the male lead is the spy, and then the female supporting actress is like, you know, the Bond girl, right?
Right.
Here it's the opposite, right? So Ana de Armas plays Sadie, and she's like this undercover spy, and Chris Evans plays Cole. He's kind of like this, head over heels guy. He falls in love with the girl. It's kind of a simp. Like you can't wait to like text her back right away. I thought it was a cute love story. The spy stuff I didn't care much for. It seems like everybody now wants to do something with like spy thrillers or like make something out of like a spy movie. Yeah. I was surprised though how many fucking people and how many actors they got in this movie. This shit had Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, John Cho, Ryan Reynolds. Like holy fuck! You know how and Adrien Brody, of course, is the villain. I was like, holy fuck! But what do you think of this movie?
Yeah, I thought it reminded me a lot of that movie with Chris Pratt and Tom Hardy. I think Renee Zellweger was in it too. A long time ago. It was like this type of love spy story. I'm never a big fan of these because I don't know. I just can't vibe with violence and like this type of comedy. It just like is a little bit awkward sometimes. They do it a little clumsy, and it does feel like, you know, back then in the early 2000s, there was like this trend where I think there was a movie called 40 or something like that, and they have like all these A-listers and they'll do their bits and walk away, and it's like that's the wow factor. It's the actual actors, not the actual characters. But I feel like this movie, for the most part, was a little bit one note, I'd say. For sure, the budget seemed here, and it was fun. I'll grant it that, but it wasn't like something that cuts deep. And not everything has to be, but like you said, this isn't your cup of tea, and I don't think this is mine either. But if you guys enjoy something where you could just put on and just relax and like have a good laugh here and there and see like your favorite actors on screen collaborating, then this will be for you. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you're into like romance or comedies, the comedy didn't actually hit too much for me. It was very generic, or lackluster, I should say. But the romantic elements were nice. It was kind of like, you know, Cole is a guy that like can't let go of his dad's farm, and he wants to travel and write a book. And then like I guess like this chance meeting with Sadie kind of like pushes him out of his comfort zone, right? And Sadie's also like a character that like can't, you know, really connect with anyone outside of her profession, right? There was a guy named Marco that was like this, also kind of like this underground spy dude that she kind of vibed with. But this is like, you know, her pushing her comfort zone as well too. So, but yeah, you're not gonna get much out of it. Like you said, it's more about the ensemble cast than it is, themes or, you know, bigger picture. You could probably watch, you know, better. I mean, we're reviewing Citadel right now, so you could probably watch that show if you want like something like action oriented. But nonetheless, it was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. My rating, probably I'll give it 6 or 7. How about you?
I think I'd give it like a 5 or 6 for sure. I'm on the fence. I mean, again, this is like, it's supposed to be a spy thriller, but it's more of a romantic comedy with some action elements. It's one of those things where like if you need to move out of your, this is my scenario. If you need to move out of your house, you call your friends. So for this scenario, it's like if you need to make a movie, you call your friends just to have a good old time. I mean, I think it would have been more entertaining to see these guys drink like beer and be in a barbecue. But hey, we have Fast X coming, and we have our review for that. Around a 5 or 6. Well, that is our review. Dylan, why don't you take us away?
Well, yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Check out all our reviews. We're so busy this month, guys. We have so many reviews out. It's actually like insane how many you know sleepless nights we've had covering content. But yeah, check us out. wherever you're listening to content, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. Check our Instagram account out as well. And we have so much planned for the rest of the month. We're still covering Barry and Succession every Sunday night. Those will drop on Monday mornings. But yeah, check out our other content, guys. Until then, thanks for having lunch with us.
See you guys.
Now I'm going to ghost you, Akram.